This is gonna be game one of week one of the, games. And, I forgot I just wanted to apologize for not uploading the past couple days. I've been, pretty busy, and I haven't been home at all. But, I should be home, to record for the next few days, pretty early. 5 new notifications. Hold up, let me check that out real quick. Players that have joined, I'll bet. Never mind. Oh, shoot. Never mind, okay. Anyway. Oh, jeez. Let's get into it. Madden 23, week 1 of the regular season. Buccaneers versus Cowboys at AT&T Stadium.
It's week 1 of the 2022 season, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Buccaneers and the Cowboys under the lights on Sunday night.
Got one watching already.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April, or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
By the way,
it's the
off we
go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And wow, the fair catch was
there's a few things I want to check before I go into the simulation.
Well, for a little bit we thought his story had concluded, but not to be. Here's Tom Brady and his
season. Oh, no. Alright, there we go. And finally, I gotta check this. Momentum factor. The away team home distance is starting to win, taking across the 50 and third one slightly faster than normal.
Now with a play
okay, I just
to
wanted
expire,
to
we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. With fingers crossed here, first quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Brady now to throw. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Brady now on first down. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. A run with Mostert up the middle. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. To throw, it's Brady. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That's the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. Is Teddy Bridgewater.
A Pro Bowl quarterback early in his career in Minnesota before a horrific knee injury slowed down his progress. He's a more than capable quarterback and makes the most of his opportunities when he's a starter in the NFL.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Bridgewater. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, fingers crossed here, first quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here, first quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Out of field goal range. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here, first quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. To throw is Bridgewater. Open. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Bridgewater. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. While they attend to him, we'll step aside. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get opportunity. He certainly made it a memorable one.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Here's Bridgewater. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week one picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
First and 10, Taylor now. Oh, nice move. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5 now. Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Taylor is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers and quickly.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Bridgewater now. He'll buy some time right. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one too low. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. From the gun on third down, Brady. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23.
And so much of football is about mismatches. And here, they're going to line their running back out wide to the right. And I think defensively, it was way downfield.
Throwing on first down is Brady. This is caught by Robinson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Brady. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. A lot of hype, of course, going into this one with the Cowboys and the Bucs. They met last year in the season opener. Remember, that was the night they raised the banner in Tampa. It was also Dak Prescott's comeback game, and the Bucs wound up winning 31-29 on a late Ryan Succop field goal. Really good game that was. But these two teams were also the 2 best offenses in the NFL last year. The Cowboys gaining 18 more yards over the course of the season than the number 2 Bucs. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. And look, courage there to call the run. And boy, they were successful.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Bridgewater going to try and run it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Cowboys. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 39 yards. And the Cowboys are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On play action, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. 20. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Lead to 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Bridgewater now from the 50. He'll drop this, and he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Over the middle, complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Goodness, nobody wanting to hold on to that football. 2 fumbles, one by each team on the same play. Not something you see every week.
No, not at all. And you and I both know how important possessions are nowadays in the NFL because there's not much difference between teams. So when you get a chance for a takeaway, you've got to hold on to the football yourself. Don't give it right back to them.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Bridgewater. And the ball is knocked out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now a play fake. Brady. Across the middle. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And, Brandon, I would say they have a
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Eluding the pressure right. And a loose football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Thompson between the tackles. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run here with Balaj. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Brady. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. From the 16, Brady. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Balaj. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. To throw, it's Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Foster Moreau, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The point after is good, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Fields this way up at the 17. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. On third down, Bridgewater. Now he's flushed out left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
It's not exactly round and round we go, but I'm looking at the poor defenses. All right, back-to-back possessions, the ball's turned over.
Back-to-back plays.
I mean, just that quickly, and you think you're going to the bench to get a little break, and all of a sudden you're hearing sudden change, get back out there, grabbing your helmets and running back out on the field. I don't think it's going to affect them much now, but if this keeps up, you're going to have 2 very angry defenses yelling at the offense to take care of the ball.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Bridgewater trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. The 40. The 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house from Buccaneer TD. Well, if you have this defense on your fantasy football team, you are loving this right now. Their 2nd touchdown. We're only in the first half. Remember, they had the fumble return for 6 earlier, Charles, and here the INT return.
Yeah, we're still in the first half of this game. This group, they've been awfully quick to capitalize on mistakes made by the offense, and that one they take to the house as well. Be careful with the football with them. They turn it around on you quickly.
The extra point up and good, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6. Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hawkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
Yeah, big play there. When you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. To throw is Bridgewater. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Bridgewater to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Bridgewater. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Brady now on 1st down. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Brady. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. They give it here to Thompson, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now Sterling Hoffrichter set to punt. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Mr. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, leading out this offense, making his presence felt early in this one. 1st half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. Here's Tyler Newsome now. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Brady now on 1st down. Pass on the out route, caught by Smith-Schuster. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Desmond Ridder with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. From there, we'll make the trek east to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Tua Tagovailoa with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. And finally, what a kickoff to Monday Night Football. Russell Wilson's first game as a Bronco, and it's in Seattle to wrap up Week 1. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, by comparison, they've been the better of these 2 sides in the rushing department, as you see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of...
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
To throw, Bridgewater. Completes it to Aguilar.
And he will have a Cowboys first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? You got to try to go with the quicker guy and sometimes even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
To the end zone, a fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And, you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
The extra point forthcoming. And the lead will shrink to 6. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
Bridgewater's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Brady now to throw.
A slant to Jones.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
Throwing on first down is Brady.
Man open is Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And his kick is good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it. But the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. This pass outright to Arcega-Whiteside. 2nd down and 3. Bridgewater now. Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. Throwing, Bridgewater. It's caught by Aguilar. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On the option to give to Taylor here. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Bridgewater. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He gets it to Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Once again, it's Mostert. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From the 35 on 2nd down, Brady. That's Isabella open on the right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A run with Mostert up the middle. He'll get it inside the 20. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And the Bucs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Mostert, touchdown, Buccaneers. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this fourth quarter.
Well, this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because you had the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Point after try forthcoming. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. From the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for J.J. Incomplete.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Play action now. Bridgewater. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Bridgewater to throw it. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Three. They go jet sweep. This is Taylor. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Bridgewater. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Danielle Hunter now with his 2nd sack here on opening night.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Back to throw. And he's going to go down again. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that will keep this a 4-point game. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Mostert hit, and he drops the ball. It's picked up by the Cowboys. They find some open, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 27, Brady. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Brady. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. Throwing now is Brady. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Brady. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
solid breakout on third down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Caught by Jones. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run the draw with Mostert.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Credit the stop there to Leo Chanel, getting into the backfield and stopping him in his tracks.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now?
They hand it off to Mostert.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now the try here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
94 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Cowboys are right back in this football game.
2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. To throw is Bridgewater. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Bridgewater.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's Bridgewater. And this is caught. Touchdown. Marquise Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
So out come the Bucs now.
Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Brady to throw. He finds Robinson. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. And they will take a knee here. They run it with Balaj. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. Well, partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for Tampa Bay, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.